Recording. Yay.
Welcome to the Voices of Women Summit, brought to you by Kimberly Crow in honor of International Women's Day. We're here honoring women leaders from around the world in celebration of International Women's Day 2021. Please help me welcome your host, Ginny Trask. Ginny is the founder of several seven-figure entrepreneurial businesses, including Top Tier Travel, and along with Kimberly Crow is the co-creator of Speakers Playhouse. Ginny's got another amazing guest to share with you. Take it away. Awesome. Welcome, ladies. Oh my gosh, what an epic day this has been and continues to be. We have had an amazing lineup of speakers, and thank you all for joining us for Voices of Women here on International Women's Day. I'm Ginny Trask, one of your hosts, and I'm here with Dr. Sunny Fridge. Welcome, Dr. Sunny.
Thank you. It's great to be here. Happy International Women's Day.
Yes, we're so excited to be bringing together women from around the world. And we're here right now to speak with you guys about becoming a confident leader. So Dr. Sunny, tell us a little bit about your story. And I know that there's a whole story behind this confident leader thing, so go ahead and share it with us.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I've been a journalism educator for over 20 years. I'm a communications consultant, had a few setbacks and challenges, but I also made some comebacks, and I'm passionate. My latest passion is being a communications coach, a presentation skills coach, where I even teach kids how to be better communicators, and I teach adults as well. So it's really amazing. And one of my best things that's happened to me in the last month was that I became an international best-selling author and co-author of Voices of the 21st Century. And it's such an amazing book, Resilient Women Who Rise and Make a Difference. So with a total of 40 women, we have amazing stories, inspiring stories, and hopefully it will be inspiring to someone. And I have been enjoying being able to launch the book. And my story inside actually revolves around the story I'm going to tell in just a moment and help you understand about being a better and more confident leader and how to walk the walk and talk the talk. You are muted.
I'm muted. Oh my gosh. Awesome. Well, I love that, being able to walk the walk and talk the talk. I think, leadership can be really scary. So this is a great subject for us to tackle. So you've got 5 keys. You've got 5 keys basically to becoming a confident leader. So yeah, what's the first one?
Well, even before I get to the first one, just in terms of leadership, I'm a John Maxwell certified coach, speaker, and trainer. And when you think about leadership, John Maxwell says that everything rises and falls on leadership. And he says leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. So at the end of the day, we can all be leaders because we all have influence, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, you're an entrepreneur, you're a student, or a CEO, you have influence. So how do you have better influence over yourself? Because the hardest person to lead, I've often found, is leading yourself. And so in terms, as you just asked me, Jenny, about my 5 keys to being a confident leader, I wanted to share a story, the story that's in the book, and I'm going to share part of that in a speech-like mode. I'm not standing today, but here goes. And then I'm going to share with you some of the lessons that I learned that are the key. So here we go. And hello to everyone who is in the chat. I'm so excited you're here, and I hope that you'll take part in our session. So the way my story goes is that I was once afraid of people saying, "Who does she think she is?" Now I have the courage to stand and say, "This is who I am." Ladies and guests, have you ever been afraid of people saying, "Who do you think you are?" That quote by the Oprah Winfrey was an aha moment for me. I had the opportunity to meet Oprah when I was an aspiring young television reporter living in Queens, New York, chasing my dream. I worked as a secretary at the CBS television network. I didn't have passion at the time, but I did. I didn't have a degree at the time, but I did have passion. And there was a veteran cameraman named Tony Ancona. He knew I wanted to be a journalist, and he took me under his wing. And thanks to Tony, I had a backstage pass to many events. My favorite was the 14th annual Daytime Emmy Awards. It honored the best in broadcasting. Oprah was nominated for her first Emmy, and it was for Outstanding Talk Show Host for Television. She was my role model, and if she won, I would get to interview her. The competition was stiff. Oprah was up against longtime Emmy winner and talk show host Phil Donahue. What a thrill when Oprah won. It was her first year as host of a national TV show. She told the audience she didn't prepare a speech because she didn't think she would win. I guess Oprah didn't know about the Toastmasters tip. Always carry a speech in your pocket. She was interviewed by an alphabet soup of media outlets, NBC, ABC, CBS, CNN, and ET. And then there was me. I suppose if I had TV station call letters, they would have been SFQ, Sunny from Queens. And I remember anxiously waiting until Oprah finished her interviews with the major networks. To say I was nervous was an understatement. My heart was racing a mile a minute. I had butterflies in my stomach, and I was afraid my mouth would be too dry to speak. And more importantly, would Oprah want to speak with me? After all, who did I think I was? My cameraman told me to put my game face on and go for it. So slowly I walked, step by step, gaining confidence along the way. I said a prayer. Dear Lord, don't let me faint. And then I spoke. Hi, Ms. Winfrey. I know you've been interviewed so many times, but I wanted to ask you, how does it feel to win? I held my breath as she looked at me. Oprah smiled. That's a question I never get tired of answering. And Oprah continued to talk with me as if I, Sunny from Queens, was just as important as all the other media. I was on cloud nine, and at that moment, I no longer wondered or worried who people thought I was. It was a defining moment in my life. And so, Jenny, I often share my Oprah story with emerging speakers and entrepreneurs and rising leaders because I remind them that as they pursue their dreams, there may come a time when someone will ask, who do you think you are? And sometimes it's the voices in their own minds that say that you don't have the right education or qualifications. And what about that time you failed? So I'm about to tell you those tips. And ladies, I don't know what you're going through or the obstacles that you have faced in achieving your dream. But what I know for sure is if you want to silence those mind monsters, you've got to grab your fear and grab your faith and make your faith bigger than your fear of failure. Fear. How many of you in the room have ever faced fear? And if Jenny, you can tell me any comments that go on. I like to say that fear is face everything and rise instead of face everything and run. And as my colleague, Dr. Heather Tucker says, then you can face everything and relax. So
I like that. Face everything and rise and face everything and relax. I like that even more.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So that's step number one, obviously, is face your fears. Face your fears, embrace your fear. Because when you embrace your fear, then you can fear less. And then step number two is going to be replace the negative talk with positive affirmations. How many of you are a believer in positive affirmations? Put in the chat yes, or give me an affirmation that you enjoy. Because honestly, the most important conversation you'll ever have is with yourself. And studies show that when it comes to self-talk, the brain doesn't know the difference between a truth and a lie. And what you say and think to yourself impacts your belief of who you are. So the next time those naysayers or mind monsters ask you, who do you think you are? You can say positive affirmations. Scripture says I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, or I acknowledge my own self-worth is when I say to myself, my confidence is soaring. If you have an affirmation you'd like to share with us, go ahead and put it in the chat.
Oh, I love it. So speaking of, so people are putting it in the chat. Zanetta Jones says, she says, I say, see myself as God sees me.
Love it.
And Yeah, and Mary says, I am a world-renowned international speaker. Yes, Mary, that is an
Boom,
awesome information.
boom, drop the mic. Exactly. Yeah, things like everything that is happening now is happening for my ultimate good. If you're a stay-at-home business like I am, I mostly work from home. I'm committed to being a top home business owner this year, no matter what. And even, hey, for those of you who are single, the perfect partner for me is coming into my life sooner than I expect. So you've got to talk to yourself. If you want to be confident as a leader and have that positive influence, and you have to be that success and say you're that success. And then step number 3, get a dream team. The law of the inner circle says you are the sum of the 5 people closest to you. So get people who aren't afraid to help you rise and shine. And you may have to get a new dream team if the team that you have isn't serving you well.
I love that. Yeah, I totally agree with the dream team thing. And that's one of the reasons that I love doing these summits and being involved with groups like this, because I think it makes such a difference to be surrounded by people who are really out there doing it, pursuing their dreams, doing the work.
Yeah, I'm so amazed and inspired by you with your business and how you've managed to make it so successful. And I'm sure that you couldn't have done it by yourself.
Right, absolutely. It's all about having a great team of people around you. You know, they say if you're the smartest person at the table, you need to sit at a different table. I really believe that, and I believe in also I do believe in delegating and relying on people, to do their part and not feel like you have to take it all on yourself. So there's the dream team of like employees, and then there's also the dream team of, fellow business owners, right, that you should surround yourself with.
Absolutely. And I love your idea about delegating because I know I need to do more of it. Delegate, motivate, and then celebrate. That's what you need to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tiona says your vibe attracts your tribe. That is totally true.
Boom.
And says you are who you say you are. Yes.
Oh, wow. I love it. And I believe Tiana might be my niece who is in the chat because Tiana is a teacher in Chicago. She's 28 and she is working at a charter school. And then she took an administrative role because she wanted to do more and be more confident as a leader. So I appreciate that she stepped on tonight, and keep up the great work, Tiana. That's right. That vibe attracts your tribe. Love that. Step number 4, develop your communication skills. You want to avoid the verbal nuances that can be the difference between success and failure. Words like sort of, supposedly, kind of. We all do it, but when we really are intentional, if you leave that type of talk out, that's called weak speak. You want to get good at saying confidently words like I feel, I believe, say what you mean and mean what you say. And then, Jenny, there are those of us who have trouble saying no. Anybody ever have trouble? I know my mom was supposed to get on, and my mom would be one of them. She's such a nurturer and she hates saying no. But ladies, to be more confident and to be able to walk the walk and talk the talk, you've got to get over being afraid to say no. And so quickly, 4 things that you can say. 1, when you get a request is, let me think about that and get back to you, because it helps if you've ever said yes too quickly and regretted it. I'm sure that you must have done that at least once in your life. I know that occasionally, especially during this time of uncertainty, I've said yes too quickly. Then I look at my schedule and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm overwhelmed now. So, you can say, let me get back to you. Let me think about it. And then 2, that's not going to work for me. Sometimes you're going to have a schedule conflict, right? Or even a values conflict, and it affects your needs or boundaries, because when we start letting people step into our boundaries and parts of our life that are non-negotiable, it makes us upset, depressed, and angry sometimes. And so if negotiation is an option, my suggestion is you could say, especially if you have to help little Johnny do his homework instead of getting on a Zoom call at 7 p.m. You can say, that's not going to work for me. Perhaps we can do this if you change the time to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So you have to have yourself set some boundaries. And then 3, I wish I could say yes. What do you think of that, ladies? I wish I could say yes, because for those of us who hate saying no, that lets people know you'd like to be able to help, but you cannot, you can't do it. And then finally, you can respond to the request by saying no. Did you know, Jenny, no is a complete sentence?
Yes, I love that. Ladies, if you have a hard time saying no in the chat, I want you guys to in the chat practice right now. I just want you all to say no. Just everybody say no in the chat. It's okay. We support you and we can take your no.
That's right. Yes, and I'm going to cheer you on.
That's right. That's
no, right. No, right. Sometimes you just have to say
yes.
No. Yes, yes, no.
Yes, no.
Right.
I love it. I love all you ladies playing along there. It's awesome.
Yes,
you know?
Yes.
So it's good practice. I know it sounds crazy, but it really is good to just practice these things.
That's exactly right. And as we reflect on how far we as women have come over the years, we no longer have to be that woman who meets everyone's expectations. And then quickly, other ways to develop your communication skills, you can practice in front of a mirror and record yourself, because sometimes your body speaks before you do. And then you need to fix your face, girl. Fix your face, because sometimes you're saying one thing and your face is saying another. So you have to be careful. But in terms of speaking, join a Toastmasters club. Are there any Toastmasters in the room? If so, put it in the chat. And for those of you who don't know, it's an organization that helps people become better communicators and leaders. And if you are a Toastmaster, could you put a benefit you receive from Toastmasters so that Jenny can share it with us?
Awesome.
And as they're typing, remember, speakers speak. Find a church, community, or Zoom and other platforms that have leveraged the playing field. And there are so many other opportunities to share the stage, your voice, and your message confidently with the audience that you're called to serve.
I love it. Yeah, it really is so important to just, if for any of you out there that are wanting to get seen and heard, you just have to literally start speaking. That's why Kimberly and I formed Speakers Playhouse, because we just knew that speakers, if people were just beginning, they needed somewhere to go to just start, forming talk titles and chatting it out with other speakers and things like that. And Toastmasters is a great way to do it as well. So yeah, it looks like you've got some Toastmasters friends in here. We've got, let's see, we've got Anita says, yes, she loves, it helps her with speaking, getting her speaking confidence, and her confidence is so up there now. And Donna says, yay, Toastmasters confidence to meet great people and hear their stories, and improved written communication skills as well. Steph says, Toastmasters speak with confidence and listen with intent. Boom. I love that.
I love it too. Thank you, ladies, for sharing. Yes, I have to honestly say, because of Toastmasters and the John Maxwell team, it's why I've developed more confidence over the years. And I actually have a show called Rise and Shine with Dr. Sunny on Facebook, and it's a podcast. And the whole goal is to help people become better communicators by giving them tips, tools, and techniques. And so I appreciate that you agree. We have an opportunity. And now that we have had to pivot because of the social distancing, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of Toastmasters clubs. I have one that I attend right here in Mississippi. And so it's been wonderful. Central Mississippi Advancing Toastmasters. If you're interested in paying us a visit, let us know. And ladies, if you have a club, put it in the chat. Finally, step number 5, after you've done all of the rest, having that faith over fear and making sure that you have positive self-talk and affirmations, and then you are getting a dream team, and then you are making sure that you get your conversation skills up. You need to get a mentor or coach for accountability. Even coaches have coaches. Jenny, do you have a coach or a mentor?
I do. I have several. And I definitely agree with that. I think that having a coach was the real game changer for me. That's always been, what's helped me to get over the next hump in my business. So my travel business, the most recent successful business that I've had, yeah, I didn't really turn seven figures until I got a coach. And boy, then it was just like, we were skyrocketing. Having a coach is so important. I have several. I have a coach for my financial side of my business. I have a coach that helps me more with the overall mindset side of my business. And I have several speaking coaches as well.
Wow, awesome. That's right. Because, you have skill sets and mindsets, but until you get your mind right, you can't really get the rest of your business right. And my mentor, John Maxwell, says that he writes books for people he will never meet. And I was a fan of John Maxwell before he became my mentor. And I also have a SCORE mentor. Ladies, if you're not aware of it, SCORE is an organization of retired professionals, and they actually for free will help you a lot with your business plan and accountability. Accountability is so important. So consider that. So in summary, the 5 keys to being a confident speaker and being able to walk the walk and talk the talk is to face your fear and silence those mind monsters, to replace the negative talk with positive affirmations and get a dream team, develop your communication skills, and then finally get a mentor or coach for accountability. And then you are on your way.
I love it. Thank you so much, Dr. Sunny. This has just been a fantastic talk and so much great information. You guys, she has given us a free gift for the audience today. And so we are dropping that in the chat. I think we dropped it a little earlier, but I'm just going to put it in here again.
Awesome.
So her free gift is a free Confident Speakers Workshop with Dr. Sunny. That is awesome. Thank you for giving everyone that gift.
That's right, because so many of us, I hope that you understand that a setback can be a setup for a comeback, as Willie Jolly says. This time of uncertainty and social distancing, it's your opportunity for your very own comeback to tell and sell your story or message. And you can use online platforms like Zoom. So please, the last Friday of every month, I have a free speaking workshop. And if you register this month, I'll see you the last Friday and we'll practice. We'll get rid of those mind monsters and fears step by step, and you'll gain the confidence to say, this is who I am.
I love that. Yeah, as a speaker, I think showing up really authentically is just so important, and knowing that the world really does need your message. So
absolutely. Yeah. And it's not just showing up, it's how you show up. How are you going to show up? This is your time, ladies.
Yes, this is and now with Zoom, you really can reach a global audience, which is so fantastic, right? We have people here from I think over 20 countries. So it just goes to show you, your message can get out there in even a bigger way than before, when we were just doing live stages in our own cities, or, even just in the US, now we're reaching global audiences. So
right.
So thank you so much, Dr. Sunny. Ladies, coming up next, we have a few more fantastic speakers for you at the top of the hour. We have, let's see, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Time. We have Giselle Thompson speaking about life purpose. We have Julia Lewis, Your Ripple Effect, How Your Perspective Can Change Your World. We have Rebecca Luna, How Embracing an Unexpected Journey Can Lead You to Your Calling. And we have Dr. Stacy Cooper on a pre-recorded track, speaking about self-love is the key to great health. And then we have Gloria Kapeler, My Story of My Childhood, the book behind the eyes, a story of perseverance. So ladies, we would love for you to join us just in 5 minutes from now on the next tracks coming up. And Dr. Sunny, any parting words? We just have about 1 minute left. Any parting words for the audience?
I love the quote that Lisa Nichols says, and I think Tom Hiller also says, don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle, or your middle to someone else's end, because you don't know what it took for them to get there, and you don't even know how long it took them to get there. So celebrate yourself and appreciate and have an attitude of gratitude. And all else I want to say is thank you for all of my colleagues and friends and family who came on to support me, because it's all about feeling that support. And when you're trying to reach your goals, this was a big step for me just to do another type of talk. I'm so happy that I was allowed to be part of this Voices of Women Summit.
Oh, you have been absolutely amazing. And we're so just honored that you were able to join us and to be connected with you and your amazing tribe. You clearly have an amazing tribe. They have absolutely just, come out and support.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, Mary, Ramona, Steffi, Tiana, Michelle. Thank you. Bye and hi.
Awesome. All right, Skamisha, if you'll cue that outro music and we will be on our way.
Thank you both. Thanks, Kamisha. Thanks, Jenny.
Wow, that was an amazing guest. Join us again at the half hour for our next exciting guest lineup. Who will you choose to watch live? And if you want to hear them all, don't forget to grab your VIP upgrade ticket to get replays of all our amazing speakers and a whole host of bonuses. See you soon.